Hey guys, how's it going? Mickey Mangles coming at you again for EmbroiderySuperDeal.com. It's our fourth video in our series of videos, our fourth installment in our beginning embroidery series. Goodness. Today we are going to actually be doing our first project, and I'm a hot mess, let me tell you. This is actually the third attempt at my video. I tried to be like super authentic with you guys, and I'm just gonna get rid of this necklace. Show you my whole journey, my whole process. But as I said, I am a beginner and a learner, and I had a huge problem. I had threaded my machine incorrectly, and my bobbin got wound in the bottom of my project. It tore everything apart. I couldn't figure out what was going on, and I ended up with a big old hot mess. Not cute. Not what it was supposed to be at all. That's okay, guys. We're all learning here together. I promised you before that I wouldn't give up. I wouldn't throw in the towel. I really wanted to. I wanted to just take this thing and chuck it out the window. But I calmed down. I got my operations manual, my instruction booklet, and I went through and I figured out what my problem was. I hadn't wound my bobbin. I remember I talked about how the tension was like really important. I hadn't made sure that it was tight and held on to the string when I was threading it, and it ended up becoming too lax, and it dragged the thread down below and just wound everything underneath. So I have done a little test run to make sure that I was doing it correctly, and we're going to do our first project together. Before I get started with that, I did want to touch on again the reason why we're here, and that is our sponsor, my employer, EmbroiderySuperDeal.com. Don't forget to check out the link below. In the comment and description, there's going to be a link that takes you directly to our website. Don't forget to hit subscribe. That way you're getting updates every time I post a new video. I check the comments. If you guys want to leave me any kind of feedback or you have any questions, just leave me a comment and I'll make sure to get back to you. But back to our website and the reason why it's called EmbroiderySuperDeal.com. If you're a beginner, if you are a more experienced embroiderer, either way, if you've been following us, you know that we purchased the Brother PE800 embroidery only machine. It is a smart machine. It comes loaded with over 100 images. That is what I'm going to start with, but it's very limited. I only have 100 images, which seems like a lot, but if I wanted to do like a wedding, save the date, if I wanted different fonts, if I wanted to do something for holidays, what's in our book, what comes with the machine is very limited. I mean, they're cute, but there's just not a whole lot there. EmbroiderySuperDeal.com is going to give you a special deal today. Well, every day, anytime you come check out our site for just $20, a one-time, non-subscription, non-renewable fee. For one time and one time only of $20, you're going to get access to over 4,000 embroidery fonts, images, and in the hoop designs for you to use at your disposal over and over and over again. You guys, anything you can think of is on there. There's flower stuff, which as you can see, I love flowers. There's girly things. There's hobbies. There's fishing. There's race car stuff. There is things for children, things for professions, any kind of hobby you can think of, holidays. I think I already said it, birth announcements, wedding announcements, birthday things, the baby milestone stuff. My girlfriend just had a baby, and that's one of the things I want to be doing. I want to make her some little onesies that say 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and so on and so forth for her little boy. She's a first-time mommy, so I think that's going to be super fun to do. I can't wait. But in the meantime, I want to start for my beginning project with just one of the preloaded designs on our machine. That way we're kind of familiarizing ourselves with the machine, how it runs. And in our next video, I am going to be doing a project off of our own website, EmbroiderySuperDeal.com. So this book we're going to get right to it, you guys. This book comes with our machine. It's in your packet. It is the embroidery design guide. It has all the different designs and the colors and stuff all laid out for you here in the book, which is kind of nice. So you kind of like get familiar with how it's going to work when you do come to our website and download one of those images at embroiderysuperdeal.com. Don't forget, everything's just $20, you guys. $20. It's so cheap. I chose to go with a design on page 18 of our booklet. You can see it right here. It's 3 little shamrocks, like a little garland. I chose to go that. There's a reason my name is Mickey. I am of Irish descent. As you can tell, the red hair and the green eyes. But I'm going to do these little shamrocks because it's something that I think is super adorable. And what I want to do with it is I'm just going to make like a little frame dealy and put a magnet on the back and put it in my refrigerator. That way I have my first project forever and ever and ever. I'm so excited, you guys. Let's get to it. So the reason I mention this though, and when you go to our website and you download the images too, you can look at it in your, when you put the USB into the side, it will come up and you can pre-look at the colors that are involved in each design. So you can set out your threads. But I did that with the book. And then I did look at it on my computer, aka machine as well. There are 4 different colors. So this is a pretty easy beginner one. And it says it's going to take about 3 minutes to complete this design. So I thought that was another good one for time purposes for our first video. So I've got my 3 threads. There's a dark green, a medium green, a light green, and they showed like a yellowy golden color. I chose gold because I just thought it would be like more contrasting. Something I wanted to start with too, P&P told me that for the first times that I start doing things, it might be kind of easier for me to work with these little pieces of felt. I went to Walmart and I got them. You can get like 4 of them for like $1. You can get them at like Hobby Lobby and stuff like that when those things open as well. But that way I don't have to use any backing until I get a little bit more familiar with the machine. When you're using cottons or a sweatshirt or cardigan or whatever, there's different kinds of backings that you would use to make sure that your project stays taut and firm. But we're just going to, for today's purposes, we're just going to use this little piece of felt. So I've got my embroidery hoop. I went ahead and opened it up a little bit, just unscrewed it a little tiny bit. And because it doesn't really matter where this is because of what I'm going to do with it, I'm just going to kind of eyeball it into my hoop. I'm not going to worry too much about measuring or anything today. And I'm just going to press that inside back down into the middle and kind of pull my fabric felt a little bit tight so that it's got some tension to it. You don't want a bunch of slack because then it's going to get caught up. That might have been something I did too before. I'm not real sure. Maybe I didn't pull it nice and taut. Then you're going to go ahead and there's a little screw on this. Turn it away from you to tighten the screw back down. It doesn't have to be super, super tight, but you want it tight enough so that it doesn't slip as the machine moves around. Okay, then I'm going to get my hoop onto my carriage. We talked about this and showed you this last time. There's these 2 little holes that line up with these almost little button type extensions on your carriage down here. You're going to slide this underneath your foot. Make sure that your foot is up on your machine. You're going to slide that underneath so that it moves around and you're not hitting your needle, messing up your needle or anything. And then you're going to snap that in. So I'm going to line up the top with the first button and then press in towards the carriage and down till I hear that snap. Then I know that I'm secure. Now, how do I get that image? Okay, well, it's in the first round. That's another thing I did on purpose. I just picked one out of the first round. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds of designs. So I'm going to choose my first round. It's going to tell me that my carriage is going to move. So I want to make sure that I keep my hands away from the carriage. I'm going to hit OK. As you can see, that's going to go over there. Hit my first. And right there it is, number 3. I'm going to hit number 3. And then I'm going to hit set. Then all these different functions come up. I can move it, I can size it, I can rotate it, I can add another design onto it. Just so for viewing purposes today, I am going to enlarge this because this is rather a small design. So I'm going to go ahead and hit my size button. And you can size it in, you can size it out, you can stretch it sideways, up and down, squeeze it in, squeeze it out. I'm going to enlarge it all the way around. I don't want to mess up the aspect ratio, so I'm just going to hit that second button, and it does it a little bit more. And every time you hit it, it makes it a little more. And as you can see on the screen, it's getting bigger inside of my hoop. So I'm just going to make it pretty big so you guys can kind of see this. I did a smaller one, but I want to make it bigger, and that's as big as I can get it for our purposes today. Then you're going to get OK and edit end, because we're done editing, and then click embroidery in your bottom right hand. A little hourglass came up, and it starts right away. It tells you that you want to, the first part of it is going to be your gold thread. So we're going to thread our machine really quickly with our gold thread. We already went through that in our last video. So I'm getting pretty good at this, I think. I'm pretty proud of myself, guys. Alrighty, we're going to get this threaded up. Make sure your foot is up on your machine. You know that it's up because it's going to have your red. Red means stop. Don't go any further. Make sure that's up. So you're going to keep it up. Put your thread on the spool. Make sure the thread is going underneath towards you. Put your little spool cap back on. Give yourself some slack in the thread. Go ahead and thread our machine. Oopsie. There we go. Thread our needle. Press your foot down. And just so that I can see, I like to pull that thread to the back. You can close your case, but you don't have to. I pushed my presser foot down, and you see it's green for go. So we're going to hit go. And looky here, guys, we're rolling. Now, I like to sit by. That way I can make sure, I mean, you could walk away from this, but this is a really quick design. It's going to go by really quickly. Some of your other bigger images are going to take, even on this machine, it shows like 20 minutes. You could walk away if you're doing something, you know, checking on the kids, checking on the dog, whatever. But that worries me because I'm worried that if I walk away, something's going to get caught up again like it did with my first design. But look, it's slowing down. That means it's done with our first color. So you want to snip off up here at the top, your top thread up here. Then I just grab away from the needle and pull that thread out of the needle. Now it already cuts it off down there in your design. You don't have to worry about it. It knots it out. But like I said, you want to make sure that you're always pulling your thread down through the machine. Oops, I didn't get that snipped off. It's just pulling out more thread. Let me snip it off up top here. But that way, I mean, with embroidery, you're going to have some thread waste, and that's okay. That's something you're just going to have to get used to. But you never want to pull it back up this way through the machine because you run the risk of getting the thread caught in your machine. It can pull off backwards and fray, apparently, and then it gets caught up in your mechanisms. And I'm not a mechanic. I'm definitely not a sewing machine mechanic. I would have to take this in and get it serviced, which right now would be next to impossible with COVID going on. So I'd have to wait a couple of weeks or more until we get out of quarantine to get my machine serviced. So they'd have to go in and like take that apart, and that can be pretty costly. So once this is done, now you see there's only 3 spools of thread left because we're done with our golden. So now it's telling me I'm moving on to my lightest green color. So I'm going to take off my golden thread and grab my lightest green thread and do the same process over again, making sure that my thread's underneath. Get my spool back on and thread my machine again. You guys, I'm so excited over this. I feel, I can't even express like how grateful I am to be doing this. I'm so excited. I can't wait to do these different little projects. I'm gonna thread my needle again. Make sure my thread's coming out the back so I can see that it's threaded, which, you know what, let me get a close-up of that while it's in there, the colored thread. Hopefully you guys can see that. See how it's kind of going out the back? That way I can just kind of see where it's going. Then you just hit your green button and boom. We're cooking with gas. We're on to our second color. And you guys, this is so fast. I can't even imagine trying to do this by hand. Not that I wouldn't feel as accomplished, but like the time that it would take to do this. I remember embroidering in needlepoint when I was a kid. It was something my grandmother taught me, and I'm really, really grateful that she did that. It was precious memories I'm never, ever going to forget. But golly gee, I've got 3 kids of my own, 3 dogs, or 2 cats, and I can't even talk. 2 dogs and a cat, and a boyfriend, and another job. Right now it's on hiatus for COVID, but this is something that I've always wanted to do, that I've always been interested in. I love crafting and making gifts and personalizing things. The time that it takes to do that by hand is so long compared to what this is. I mean, we're talking, I've already moved to my second color. It's done already. So we're gonna go the same process over again. I'm gonna snip my thread off here at the top, pull my foot up, grab that thread, get it out of the needle, pull it through the machine, and it, boom. Look on the screen again, you guys. I'm down to 2 spools of thread. Now it's telling me I want my dark green thread. So I'm gonna do the same process over again. Dark green thread, spool cap, now normally on our videos I would speed through this process, but because this is our first time, I'm letting you guys see this and I'm talking about things as I'm going. It's making this video a lot longer than I would normally like to. Normally I like to keep them around 10 to 15 minutes. I think this one's going to be closer to 20 minutes, but that's okay because I think it's pretty important to see all these steps. We're going to put our presser foot back down. We're back at green. Hit the button. Throw away my waste here in my little scrap pile. Oh, I didn't have my tension right. Check and rethread. That's okay. No big deal. You snip it off. Bring that back through. We're just going to rethread the machine. No big deal. This thing is so smart. It knows what happened. I broke the thread because I had too much slack in my thread up here. Either that or I didn't catch this little hook again. I got it now. I can feel it. Oops. Man, that scared me. I'm telling you, I'm a hot mess. There goes my flower, too. All right. Threads to the back. Presser foot down. Green for go. We're going, you guys. See? Simple as that. My thread broke. It told me. I rethreaded and we're back in business. I can't believe how quick this is, you guys. We're already almost done. We've got 1 color left and then our design is going to be done, you guys. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And I'm going to have 2 of them because I cheated. I did do one without you guys. And now I have a second one. So I think maybe I'm going to give the second one to either my mother as a Mother's Day gift because that is in a couple of days. Or I might give it to my daughter so that she has a matching little magnet for her room. She's got a little magnet board in her room. Every time we go somewhere, she gets a new magnet or we go on vacation or do another car show. Our color's done. Dark green is done. Snip it off. Grab that. Put my presser foot up. Pull that through. Change our spool out. And look, on the thing, it tells us we're down to our medium green, which is our last step, guys. Almost done. Guys, we're almost done. We're almost done. I'm so excited. I can't wait for you to see this. I can't believe how fast this is and how amazing it looks when it's done. I know it seems silly because it's just an embroidery machine, but I am so pleased and so excited and proud of myself. I really didn't have much instruction at all from anyone. Like I said, I watched a few videos online, read the booklets, and just figured it out. All right, last one, hit green. And here we go. We're off and running. You guys, look, it's almost done. Look at that. How fast is that? I can't even imagine. That would take me hours and hours and days and days and days. I'm gonna have this project done in what? I've been on the video with you now for 20 minutes. Half of that I was yip-yapping. This process has probably taken us 5 minutes, if that. We're almost done. It's halfway through the second clover leaf. It's almost done. It's almost done. I stopped at Dunkin' today. Have you guys had Dunkin' lately? I completely forgot that they were still open. I like treated myself. Iced coffee. They've got a new butter pecan flavor. Totally recommend it. It's really, really good. My daughter likes that matcha stuff. I'm not a fan. To me, it tastes like dirt or clay or something. I don't know. Which is really weird because I'm mostly vegetarian. So I like all that like planty tasting stuff. Not a fan, guys. You have to let me, if you guys have had it, leave me a comment and let me know what you think. Big shout out to Dunkin'. I don't know if we're supposed to do that or not, but one of my favorites. Guys, we're almost done. We're almost done. It's doing the last petal. I can't wait. I can't wait to show you this. This is so amazing. And all you have to do when you're done, there's a few little jump threads in between that you'll trim off. But other than that, like everything is done for you. The knotting, the cutting off of the thread in between. And look, it lets you know right there on the front, finished embroidering. You hit OK. It's back out of here. You're just going to hit your backward button, your backward button, your backward button, cancel the current pattern selection, okay, because we're done, and it's right back at our home screen. I'm going to put my presser foot up. I'm going to grab that thread and pull it out of my machine. Get rid of my waste, and then you have to hit the carriage button here. Always press when removing embroidery unit. So you're going to press that, and it tells you that warning screen again. That carriage is going to move. The carriage is going to move to your left. That little lever that I talked about, you're going to push on that back towards the carriage and lift up. It's free. Slide your hoop underneath your foot. You guys, look. How freaking cute is that? I'm so proud of myself. Like, seriously, I feel so accomplished. I cannot wait to do another project. I'm going to show you the other one that I did earlier, a few minutes ago. Same deal. I just trimmed the threads. Let me make sure we're focused. How cute is that? How cute is that? I think you could do that like on a sweater. You could put it on your purse. You could do all kinds of things with it. And even the back is almost as pretty as the front. I can't believe it, guys. We did it. We freaking did it. And I cannot wait until next time, until we get to make one of our designs off embroiderysuperdeal.com. Don't forget to check the comments. I'm going to stop taking up your time because we're running into like 24 minutes now. I can't believe that I can talk all by myself nonstop for 24 freaking minutes. I'm going to stop taking up you guys' time. Thanks for joining me again. Once again, Mickey Mangles from embroiderysuperdeal.com. Until next time, cheers.